Most people in Animal Kingdom this morning are here to rope drop Flight of Passage, but I'm here to rope drop Satu'li Canteen. There is a new breakfast here at Disney World. That's right, breakfast is back at Satu'li Canteen, and today I'm ordering the entire menu. I have never had the fortune of experiencing breakfast at this very popular quick service restaurant, but today that changes. Breakfast hasn't been offered here in Pandora since 2017, so when Disney announced this was coming back, I was super excited. Now, I'm not quite sure what to expect, but all I know is the food both looks and sounds amazing. And if it's anything like the lunch and dinner that they serve here, we're in for a treat. So with that being said, let's head into Satu'li Canteen and see what they've got going on. First things first, let's take a look over the menu for Satu'li Canteen's new breakfast. We'll hit begin order. So of course you can place your mobile order or you can wait in line if you'd like. They have a slow roasted pork shoulder potato hash with a chorizo sausage. That looks super good. This cinnamon French toast here also looks really good. I'm typically not a French toast person, but I must admit, that looks really good. We're of course going to try it out. They have a frittata and beef. This looks like the same beef that they serve with their bowls for lunch and dinner, so we're going to of course try that out. And then we've got the tropical Pandoran forest fruits. It looks like a little fruit and granola and yogurt bowl situation they've got going on. As far as kids meals, they have a cinnamon French toast. So the same thing as adults, it just looks like a little bit of a smaller portion. This is an odd choice, but they also have cereal with milk and then couple of drinks too. This Pandoran Sunrise sounds pretty interesting. So yeah, 4 brand new things here to try for breakfast at Satu'li. I'm not quite sure what the menu looked like before they shut it down for breakfast in 2017, but I'm hearing some of the things were similar and a lot of people seem to really, really love it. After 2017, they kind of switched the breakfast over to Pongu Pongu, the drink stand here in Pandora, and it was more of like grab and go things. I believe they had like a biscuit sandwich. I think they also had like French toast sticks, but it wasn't anything like substantial like this. So I am gonna get my mobile order in here. Like I said, we're gonna get every single thing. There's only 4 things, plus that drink I might try as well. So of course, we've got to sample it all to see what's good so I could let you guys know. It took quite a bit of time for our food to be ready, but I finally picked it up and everything looks fantastic. A lot of vibrant, bright colors, exactly what you'd expect from food in Pandora, or honestly food from like Galaxy's Edge, Star Wars Galaxy's Edge in Hollywood Studios. I feel like the food looks like something you could get from there as well. So we've got our Pandoran Sunrise right over there, our nice hash here, our granola, fruit, and yogurt bowl here, our French toast over there. That looks so good. That like berry cream on top, that looks excellent. And then we've got our little frittata with our beef and a scoop of goat cheese on top. You guys know I love goat cheese, so can't wait to try all this stuff. But let's start sweet. Let's start with the cinnamon French toast. This has a blueberry cream cheese, passion fruit anglaise, and sausage for $12.99. Here we've got 2 slices of French toast. The bread that they're using is really nice and thick. You can see it's been battered in some custard there. I also see on the inside of the bread, there's a little pocket full of cinnamon, and that looks incredible. On the top, we've got our blueberry cream cheese, and then we've got our passion fruit sauce on the bottom here, our sausage right over here. I'm a little bit worried because the sausage is in the passion fruit sauce, so I'm gonna have to take that out, but this looks superb. And I, of course, did not get a knife, so we're just gonna have to dig into this with a fork right here and hope for the best. Broke right apart. Oh yeah, that bread is just like loaded with cinnamon, almost like a cinnamon roll. Gotta get some of that blueberry cream cheese on there. We'll try this out. This is gonna be a big bite here. I'll tell you what, this is absolutely delicious. And this is coming from someone who is not typically a French toast person. Like I never order French toast out, but I would definitely order this again. This is fantastic. I was a little worried because the bread is so thick that the custard kind of wouldn't like penetrate all the way through the bread and it would be a little bit dry, kind of similar to like Tonga toast, because you know when you get Tonga toast at the Polynesian and it's like so thick and it's just a little bit dry. I was worried about that here, but that is definitely not the case at all. We've got those little pockets in the bread that kind of allowed all of the custard or the egg wash, whatever they're using to drench this bread, to really seep in. And it seems like the bread itself isn't just like typical brioche or French bread, I'm not quite sure, but it's more of like an actual like cinnamon swirl bread. Like usually when people say cinnamon French toast, they mean they just put cinnamon in the egg wash, but no, look at that bread. Can you like see those swirls of cinnamon inside the actual bread itself? Like this is actual actual cinnamon bread. And then, of course, that pocket just filled with all that egg and custard. I'm a fan. Aside from being worried that this would be a little bit dry, I was also a little bit worried because they're not serving it with any syrup. Now, I usually do enjoy like a fresh fruit topping or like a berry compote instead of syrup. I prefer that. So this actually works really, really well. There's plenty of that passion fruit sauce on the bottom. I wish there was a little bit more of that blueberry cream cheese because I definitely want to spread that all over every bite. That blueberry cream cheese is fantastic. It's not too sweet here. The sauces are honestly perfect, the perfect balance. Yeah, not too sweet, so don't worry about it being too sweet here. Pairs perfectly with that French toast. It really is like better than a cinnamon roll for breakfast. Man, I can't believe how much I'm enjoying this. This is better than your average like Mickey cinnamon roll. I know they serve it over at Kusafiri and maybe like Tamu Tamu, but skip the Mickey cinnamon roll. I know a lot of people like that as well. And come over here and get yourself this French toast. You won't be disappointed. I want to get to this sausage too because as suspect as it looks here, it does look different than like typical Disney breakfast sausage. I feel like it is a little different. Really good. That French toast is surely going to be hard to follow up, but next we're going to try this frittata and beef. This is a veggie and goat cheese frittata with wood-fired beef tossed in chimichurri for $14.29. This here is going to be our most expensive dish on the menu, but they are giving you a pretty big portion of beef and a pretty big egg. It almost reminds me of like a Starbucks egg bite there. And then we've got, of course, the goat cheese on top. It's funny because I just recently did a roundup of the best things I ate last month, and I had so many dishes with goat cheese on that list. I guess that's a testament to how much I love goat cheese. It's probably, I love a lot of different cheeses, but it's probably in my top 3 cheeses. The tang and the creaminess that it adds to dishes is usually amazing in my opinion. So I think that's gonna be really good on this dish. Let's break into our little frittata here. Okay, we've got our veggies inside. It doesn't look like there's that many veggies. They're all kind of just sitting on the top. And then we've got to get some of that beef in there with the goat cheese and get a bite all together. Let's see. Okay, here is what we're working with. The beef, of course, is amazing. They put this beef on the bowls that they serve for lunch and dinner, and it's just as good as it is then here. And I love that they kind of toss it in that chimichurri sauce. The goat cheese on top is the game changer. I feel like without the goat cheese, this dish wouldn't be as good as it is, especially because the egg itself is lacking a little bit. It doesn't have that much flavor. It doesn't have that much seasoning. It could use a little more salt and pepper. And on its own, the egg is just like very spongy, almost like a microwavy kind of egg, which at over $14, I kind of wish the egg frittata itself tasted just a little bit fresher. And I kind of wish there were more veggies in it. Like I said, they're all kind of just pooled at the top and they're not really mixed throughout. So there really aren't that many vegetables in this frittata here. When you get a bite all together, the flavors all really work well together. Like that chimichurri with the goat cheese is fantastic. But like I said, without the goat cheese, I wouldn't enjoy this dish as much as I am. But since we do have the goat cheese, I do like it here. And the beef, I think there is like a good portion of beef. Like the $14 price tag is justified a little bit. We've got a decent sized egg here, a decent portion of beef, and then a little bit of a like salad on the side. But the portion is fair for $14. I mean, this is definitely like better quality, and I'd say maybe even more food than you get if you get like the bounty platter at your hotel quick service restaurant, which I want to say is around like $13. So I'd rather pay like $1, $2 more for this dish here any day of the week opposed to that bounty platter. I am getting a bit thirsty after those first 2 dishes, so we're gonna wash them down with the Pandoran Sunrise. This is apparently a refreshing mix of Simply pineapple juice and Simply limeade with Powerade melon for $5.79. The lime green color here is quite alarming, but let's try this out. It doesn't have as much flavor as I thought it would. I was expecting more of like a pineapple-y, sweeter, refreshing juice, but all I'm really tasting is the Powerade in this, which I don't really know if I've ever had melon Powerade before. I do like the melon Powerade, I guess, but I just wish there were more of the limeade and pineapple juice flavors. I think I would just prefer to get like a blue Powerade. They usually have blue Powerades at the like stands when you get your drinks. So you can just get a soft drink and fill it up with blue Powerade. And I think that would be a bit better. Also, since when are they serving drinks here in like actual cups? I thought they usually do it in plastic cups. Is that new, or am I just imagining things? I don't know. Probably wouldn't get this again. I'd just stick with a blue Powerade. They also have this on the lunch and dinner menu. So I guess it's a fun mocktail for you, but not my favorite. Time for another savory dish. We're onto the slow roasted pork shoulder potato hash. This has chorizo sausage and a charred onion sauce for $13.29. I think I saw a lot of people online saying this was their favorite dish here, so I can't wait to try it out. Now, what I feel like this dish is missing right off the bat is a nice sunny side up egg. Like, wouldn't that just not only look beautiful on this dish, I feel like it would make it taste a lot better too. I don't know, but we're gonna try it out without the egg, obviously. We've of course gotta get plenty of that charred onion sauce on here. I love the onion sauce from here. I always get it on my bowls for lunch and dinner. It is so good, but we'll try it on this breakfast bowl here. Yep, I understand the hype. This is amazing. So flavorful. So loaded with seasoning here. We've got the peppers and onions kind of mixed in with the potatoes and the sweet potatoes. The potatoes and the sweet potatoes are really nice and soft. That onion vinaigrette just pairs perfectly on top of them. We've also got some pieces of pulled pork shoulder, kind of mixed in underneath with the potatoes there. And then you've got that chorizo on top. It's a little bit spicy. I feel like they should give you a whole link of chorizo. They kind of cut it in half and then just placed it on top. But like I suspected, do you know what would put this dish over the edge? A drippy egg. I just imagine that egg yolk kind of seeking in with all of the other flavors and just adding like a level of richness to this dish. That would be fantastic. Without the egg, amazing, and I would get it again. But with an egg, man, this would just be too good. So Satu'li Canteen, if you're listening, we need some sunny side up eggs here on this pork hash. Now you could honestly put that charred onion vinaigrette on anything and it would be amazing. It's kind of similar to a chimichurri sauce. That's what I would compare it to. They also have a black bean vinaigrette here that, now that I'm thinking about it, kind of tastes like Chipotle's vinaigrette. And I love getting the black bean vinaigrette and the onion sauce here and kind of mixing them both. And I always put both of them on my bowl. They also have like a creamy herb sauce, but it has mayo in it and I'm not eating that. So I always get the charred onion vinaigrette and the black bean, combine them. That's amazing. I wish I could get some black bean vinaigrette to kind of put on this bowl because I feel like that would up the flavor as well. And I'm thinking of all these things to kind of up the flavor on this dish. But in reality, it is great as it is. And I'm just sitting here. We only have one thing left to try and I'm just amazed. All three of these dishes so far, I love. I would 100% be getting again. So I can't wait to see what this fruit and granola bowl brings. Here we have the tropical Pandoran forest fruits. This has fresh yogurt, muesli, and honey for $11.99. I'm not quite sure what fresh yogurt is, but the yogurt here looks a little bit chunky. Almost more like cottage cheese, so I'm not sure how that is going to be here. I also feel like for almost $12, they should probably put a little bit more like fruit in this. We do have strawberries, pineapple, and kiwi, but I feel like that's not enough fruit to justify a $12 price tag for literally yogurt, granola, and fruit. Also, this blueberry compote here was not advertised, but how pretty does this dish look? It's so bright and colorful and pretty. I almost don't want to dig in, but we must. Let's get some of the compote, some of the yogurt, some of the muesli. Is muesli just granola? I don't know. But I've also got a strawberry on there. Let's see. Now, I know this dish here is supposed to be like a healthier option, and I definitely appreciate that they have this on the menu. I think there's going to be a lot of people that do enjoy this. For me personally, I'm not a yogurt person that much, and it's just not sweet enough for me. I did figure out what the chunks in the yogurt are, though. I believe there's some apples in there, but I stand true. There's just not a big enough portion for $12 for a yogurt bowl. Like, I've only had about like 4 spoonfuls so far, and I'm kind of almost out of yogurt to pair with everything else. So there definitely needs to be a little bit more. The bowl is a little too empty for that price. At least the blueberry compote itself could be a little bit sweeter. This pineapple here doesn't really look too ripe. It's like white. Oh my god, that pineapple was so sour. Definitely not ripe. I do feel like kiwi is an underrated fruit. I feel like you don't find it in many things, and I never like buy it either. But when it's in something, I do enjoy eating some kiwi, so I like that that's in here. Yeah, this yogurt bowl here is probably my least favorite thing that I tried. Now, like I said, there are definitely going to be some people that enjoy this. It's good for like a lighter breakfast. If you're in the mood for a lighter breakfast, this is definitely a fantastic option. And I think it's good that they have this on the menu here. I feel like all of the breakfast here, other than like the French toast, like the hash and the frittata with the beef, I feel like all three of these are kind of like healthier options. Some of the healthiest breakfast options in all of Disney World, to be honest. It's different than your typical just like Mickey waffles and breakfast sandwiches and stuff. This is different and definitely like a more healthy way to start your day. Well, I think it's safe to say that I have been seriously impressed by the breakfast at Satu'li Canteen. I would even go as far as saying that is the best quick service breakfast that you could get anywhere at Disney World. Not just in a park, not just at a hotel. I'm talking out of every quick service restaurant that serves breakfast, that's the best. Not only did everything taste great, what I loved about that breakfast is that it's so unique. It's unlike any other breakfast that they have anywhere else at Disney. Like those dishes, you're not just getting Mickey waffles and scrambled eggs and sausage, you know? They really took time to like plan those dishes out and make them different from what you could get anywhere else. I really, really wish more quick service restaurants would take a page out of Satu'li Canteen's book and offer a quick service breakfast. Like over in Disneyland, I love that pretty much every quick service restaurant has breakfast. Like you could find breakfast around every corner. And here at Disney World, the breakfast options are sparse. I mean, in Epcot, the only breakfast that you could get is a grab and go bacon, egg, and cheese sandwich, or you can walk all the way to the France Bakery and get something there, if you're not counting like Garden Grill or Akershus sit-down breakfast. I feel like overall there just need to be more options. Like people shouldn't be resorting to eating a Starbucks breakfast sandwich in Disney World for breakfast just because there's nothing else. Like there needs to be more. There needs to be more at the quick service restaurants. I would love to see Docking Bay 7 do something similar to Satu'li Canteen here. I feel like they have the space and they can make kind of a similar menu over there. I don't know. There just needs to be more quick service breakfast options at Disney World in the parks. Now, one thing that does kind of stink about the breakfast at Satu'li is that they're only serving it till 10 a.m. I feel like it should be until 10:30 at the earliest, maybe even 11, because I don't know about you guys, but I don't want to be eating a lunch bowl at like 10:01 a.m. I think breakfast needs to stay until the very least 10:30. If you want to make it a little later, I love a good 11 a.m. breakfast. But seriously, they've got a hit on their hands. I can't compare it to the breakfast that used to be here, because like I said, I've never tried the breakfast in the past, but I heard people say really great things about it, and I think this breakfast here right now is really good. And anytime I'm in Animal Kingdom before 10 a.m., I will be running to Satu'li to be reunited. Like I said, I really enjoyed all of those dishes, but it's really crazy to me because as a non-sweet for breakfast person, as a non-French toast lover, I honestly think that cinnamon French toast might have been my favorite thing on the menu. Like I said, I really enjoyed the hash and the beef frittata as well. But that cinnamon French toast, it was different. So I don't know when the next time I'll be in Animal Kingdom before 10 a.m. is. Probably not for a very long time, but maybe I'll come back. I'll be more inclined to come here earlier if I could get breakfast here. And I hope this is not just like a temporary thing. I hope it sticks around forever, because it should. It's good. And there were a lot of people in there getting breakfast. So I guess if the popularity is there and a lot of people are getting it and enjoying it, it'll stick around. I surely hope so. I am so glad that I was able to come out to Animal Kingdom today and of course try the brand new Satu'li Canteen breakfast. If you guys are gonna be in the park before 10 a.m., make sure you guys head over there and check it out. You really can't go wrong with anything you order. And there is a couple of other new foods in Animal Kingdom, so hopefully I'll be back soon to check it out, or I'll be back soon to check out some of the other breakfast offerings, because I feel like out of all of the parks in Disney World, Animal Kingdom has the most quick service breakfast offerings. So maybe I'll be back soon to film a video on that. But thank you guys so much for watching the video, and special thanks to all of my Patreon subscribers. Thank you guys so much for supporting the channel. You guys are amazing. Thank you again. And yeah, if you guys enjoy honest Disney food reviews, I am always gonna give it to you. So hit that subscribe button, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.